Okay, so today I am doing my weekly vlog covering everything that's been going on from the 15th through to and including the 21st of April 2024. Can you believe we are just basically over a week away from being done with April, which is just insane. Like, we're going into May very soon. May is my birthday month, my mamacita's birthday month, my auntie's birthday month, my dad's birthday month. We have so many birthdays in May. And then once we get through May, we're at that 6th month of the year, and then once we finish the 6th month, we're halfway through. Now, I know that will take a while to get there, but to put it in retrospect, we are certainly over a quarter of the way through the first half of the year, which is absolutely insane. Alright, I'm going to mix things up a little bit this week. I'm going to actually start with my reading, and then I'll talk about TV, and I don't think there's really any life updates to discuss, but let's jump in to my reading. So I've read roughly about 2.5 books in this past week. We'll talk about the half one in a moment. But the first book I completed this week was this book, which is Paddlers, Promises and Poisons. Paddlers, Promises and Poison by Tonya Kappas, which is the 16th book in the Campers and Criminals series. This is an adult cozy mystery series that I am buddy reading, and we're buddy reading it on my Discord server. Link is in the description if you'd like to come and join us. And I gave this book 4 stars. So the premise of this book is rumors are swirling around about the sheriff's department doing some outsourcing, and Hank's job is one of them. May finds herself at a crossroads. Does she put on her sleuthing cap to help out a friend who is the #1 suspect on Hank's list, or does she let Hank solve the murder by himself so he can prove how valuable his position is to the department? So to my thoughts, I like this one, and I definitely feel like these books are back into an upward swing. The mystery wasn't memorable for me, but there were several character moments that I really appreciated, e.g. moments between Bobby Ray and May, as well as May and her adopted mother. I'm intrigued to see what will happen with Hank in the next one, and this book left on quite the cliffhanger too. So I'm intrigued to see not only what will happen to Hank, but what's going to happen with that cliffhanger in book number 17. And I also cannot believe I'm already going to be up to book number 17. There are going to be, by the end of the year, I think roughly 36 books out, and so 18 would be the halfway mark. I am almost halfway through this series that I only started, I believe, this year. How incredible. 4 stars for book number 16, in the Campers and Criminals series, Paddlers, Promises and Poison. So the next book that I completed was this book, which is 5 Go to Smuggler's Top by Enid Blyton. This is book number 4 of 21 in the Famous 5 series. It is a middle grade classic series, and this particular book I gave 5 stars to. I don't know if I've given any less than 5 stars to any of these books so far in the series. Just a quick background for you in case you weren't aware. I have decided I'm going to read all 21 Famous 5 books in 2024. I am coming into this SAS list read of Famous 5, having read some of the books in this series, but certainly not the majority of them. With that in mind, I had not read 5 Go to Smuggler's Top. I went to say Smugglers and 5 at the same time there, and it came out as Smive. 5 Go to Smuggler's Top I had not read. So the premise of this book is the 5 find adventure when they spend Easter vacation at Mr. Lenoir's sinister house, Smuggler's Top. Set high above an eerie marsh, the house is honeycombed with hidden staircases and tunnels that once served as a hideaway for smugglers. When strange lights begin to appear, the 5 suspect that the tunnels are once more in use. So to my thoughts, I had not, as I said, read this one before, and I truly loved it. I loved Enid's use of secret ways in her stories. I love them so far, and this one didn't disappoint either. She doesn't do them all the time, secret ways that is, but honestly, she does them sparingly enough, and when they do come out, they are fantastic, and this one was definitely different to the first secret way in this series, and yeah, I absolutely loved it. And if you're someone who loves secret ways in how houses and things like that. Oh my gosh, you will love this series because Enid Blyton definitely brings up secret ways here and there. That is for sure. And I absolutely loved the secret way in this one. It was great to meet a school friend of Julian's and his brothers, whose the school friend's name is Sooty, and to explore Sooty's house. Sooty is not his real name. He is given the nickname of Sooty. I don't know why, but it is not racist. I did wonder if that was the case, and certainly if it was, I would have given a warning, but Sooty is white-skinned, so I don't know, I don't remember why, but I just remember it was a humorous reason, and that Sooty didn't seem to have any qualms at all with that nickname. He just responded to it normally, so it certainly wasn't an offensive nickname in any way, shape, or form. It's just the nickname that the students gave him, and he's more than happy with it. So yeah, so Julian and his brother go to school with Sooty, and they went to stay with Sooty, and I loved meeting Sooty. It was great to meet him. And to explore his house, as I said. All in all, it was another fantastic Famous Five book, and as I said, I gave this one 5 stars. Just absolutely brilliant stuff from Enid Blyton. I'm really, really, really enjoying my read of the Famous Five series. So now on to the book that I am currently reading, and I will certainly have done by the time we do our next reading vlog, but at the moment, I'm just under halfway through this one, and that particular book is this book, Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is book number 2 out of, I can't tell if it's 3 or 4. If you have read this series and you're completely up to date, that is the Red Queen series, can you please let me know in the comments below or over on the Discord, either way, if there are 3 or 4 books in this series, but either way, I'm up to book 2 and I am just over 200 pages into this book, and there are 400 and something odd, 464, according to what I'm seeing here, odd pages in this book. So yeah, let's have a quick chat about this since I am halfway through, and part of the reason why I wanted to do the books first is because I actually wanted to have some time to talk to you all a little more about this particular one. So the basic premise of the series overall is that it's a dystopian series, and so for those of you who aren't aware, dystopian books are books that follow characters in a world where things are just horrible for whatever reason. Usually they are ruled by a tyrant, and there is usually a class or caste system. Now, depending upon the subgenre of the dystopian can also depend upon where things go and how things are going to go with that dystopian. So in this particular case, the Red Queen series, it is a dystopian fantasy, so it is a dystopian in a fantasy world. Now, the class system for this particular world in the Red Queen series, it revolves around the blood colour that each citizen has. If their blood runs red, they are the peasants, they are in the lower class. If their blood runs silver, then they are noblemen or royalty, they're in the upper class. Now, I believe the Silvers all have magical abilities. If I'm wrong in that, please let me know, but it seems that that is the case, that all of the silver-blooded people have magical abilities, but there are rare red blood people who also have magical abilities, and our main character that we follow in this one, whose name is Mare, is one of them. So yeah, look, the first book I really loved. There's not a lot I can say about the second book specifically because I don't want to give away spoilers, but what I will say is this. I am starting to realize what it is that I don't like about dystopians, and I can say that because honestly, I love dystopians, but there is a certain theme, trope, if you will, that comes up in dystopians that really annoys me and takes me from really loving a series to really not loving a series at all, and that is the traveling/questing trope. Now, it's not just in dystopians where I do not like the traveling/questing trope. It's in any genre, book or series at all, but in dystopians, what I love about them, whether they be books or TV shows or movies or whatever medium it is, what I love about dystopians is the world building of what makes this world this world. Who is the tyrant? What has gotten us to the place that we are in at this point in time. Now let's go through it and experience this dystopian world. And then once we've experienced it, then try and solve it, I guess, if we can. And so it seems to be a commonality with every dystopian book that every dystopian series that I've read so far, which ironically are all YA series. If there are adult dystopian series out there, please let me know. I'd like to look into them. Maybe Handmaid's Tale is adult. But anyway, yeah, let me know of some adult dystopian series. I might try that. But anyway, one commonality I seem to be spotting with YA dystopians is in the first book, you get exactly what I want out of a dystopian. You are placed into this world ruled by a tyrant with a class system that is absolutely horrible, especially to those of the lower class. We find out the who, what, where, when, and the why, and we live in this world. And we live in it long enough to know what's going on. But then we get to book number 2, and suddenly our main character, and it really doesn't matter which main character we're talking about in the majority of the dystopians I've read, they all seem to do the same thing. It seems to be a YA dystopian trope, decides that they are going to overthrow the tyrant, and the way they're going to do it is traveling far away from where they were to go and do something, only to then come back and then achieve their goal. And I don't like that. I don't like getting away from the dystopian, because once we get away from the dystopian world that we are in, it's no longer a dystopian. It's no longer serving the purpose of that book. So for me, I just would love to put a little, a little advice out there to some authors. Please, if you're going to do a YA dystopian series, please just do something different, because trust me, I will very much enjoy that you do, which would be, do not have your protagonist leaving the area that they are in. I understand that it is their role, generally speaking in a dystopian anyway, it doesn't have to be, but generally speaking, it is the role of the protagonist in a dystopian to change what is to make what will be better. I understand that, but don't have them leave the area in order to do certain things and get certain things that they may need to bring back to the world to do what they need to achieve. Have whatever it is that they need to achieve their mission be within that area that we are in the first book. There's no need to leave. There's no need to go on a traveling/questing trope. Lord of the Rings fans, just tune out for 1 minute. This is not Lord of the Rings. This is not J.R.R. Tolkien. This is not the heedlessly traveling/questing trope, but apparently it is. And it's just really annoying me, and that's definitely happening in this second book. For some reason, look, things went down in the first book that were absolutely fantastic, and the way that it ended was so good. I could not wait to get into Glass Sword. But in Glass Sword, the majority of this book, we are traveling/questing, and we know what we are trying to accomplish, but we don't know, and we know where we're going, but we don't necessarily know how we're going to get there. My least favorite trope is the traveling/questing trope, where you don't know where you're going and you don't know how to get there. So I have to specify, in this book, we do know where we're going. We have specific instructions on where we're going, but we do not know how we're going to get there. And it's honestly just, annoying me anytime I read the traveling/questing trope. So I'm going to see how I go at the end of this book. I doubt I'm going to DNF it. I mean, I'm already halfway through. I might as well finish it no matter what. I will start book 3, but if book 3 continues on with the traveling/questing trope, I may DNF it. So just a heads up. And this is my only dystopian series for the year. So this may be it for me and YA dystopians. I read 2 YA dystopians last year, and neither of them were standout series for me, and that is purely because of the traveling/questing trope. So had that not been in there, I loved one of them a lot. The other one, with the other one, had we not gone on the traveling/questing trope, I would have loved it even more. I would have loved it, because, both of them were very average for me because of that. So if you know of adult dystopian series, let me know in the comments below. If you know of YA dystopian series that do not include the Selection series, the Hunger Games series, the Divergent series, and the whatever that is called Scythe, Arc of a Scythe series. If you know of any other dystopian series that is YA that does not have a traveling/questing trope and keeps them in the same area the whole time, please recommend this to me. It's probably going to become my instant favorite dystopian YA series. But let's move on. I really appreciate all of your comments, thoughts and questions and everything you put in the comments below. So yes, please do let me know if that is anything that fits that prompt. YA or adult dystopian where we don't leave the area because we don't need to achieve the goal. All right, now let's go back and talk about TV. So I'm having an interesting time watching TV. I have a goal, and I am very firmly standing within the goal that I set myself, which is to get through season 6 of Murder, She Wrote by the end of April, and I am going to do it come heaven or high water. I am currently 2 episodes ahead of where I need to be. This is, I had a goal where I was going to watch 1 episode every day in the month, and so that I can be done by the end of the month. I am 2 episodes ahead of where I need to be, which is good, because if I need to take a day off for whatever reason, or 2 days off for whatever reason, that's fine. I will still be able to achieve my goal. But yeah, at the moment, I'm up to season 6, episode number 14, which means that I really don't have many episodes left now that I'm actually... I haven't taken a moment to actually think about this, but now that I'm up to episode 14, that would be 8 episodes left. I'm nearly done with Murder, She Wrote. Woo! Not woo. I mean, look, there are some shows that I get really, that are really tough for me to let go of when I finish the series. And I am finishing Murder, She Wrote on season 6 because the streaming service I am watching it through does not have any more seasons after season 6. So to me, it will conclude at the end of season 6. Not that the series actually does. But this final season has been incredibly disappointing. It kind of reminds me of Charmed. And when I say Charmed, I mean the OG Charmed. Let's not talk about the reboot because Mr. Francy could say quite a bit about the reboot. But the OG Charmed, I did not really love season 8, which is their final season. I loved season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But season 8 took this sharp left turn. And while I loved the finale so much, and while I loved the first episode of season 8 as well, the rest I just really didn't like. But with Murder, She Wrote, I did love seasons 1 to 5. So while it's sad to say goodbye to Angela Lansbury and Jessica Fletcher and everyone else, like Seth, Dr. Seth, we love him. And Detective Metzger, I believe, is the current detective. I think we've swapped detectives at some point. It's going to be sad to leave Murder, She Wrote behind, but in season 6, Jessica Fletcher doesn't star in every single murder mystery, which is really annoying. She will be in the episode breaking the fourth wall, talking directly to the camera and saying, "Hello, I'm just writing my book. And you know what? In this book, it reminds me of someone I used to know by the name of Gary. Well, Gary had a tough time when he was talking to John. Let's have a look at what happened on a dark day in December." And she's literally like narrating for 2 minutes, and then we cut to Gary and John, and we don't see Jessica Fletcher at all. If we are lucky, we see her at the halfway mark going, "Oh yes, so Gary wasn't a spot of bother, wasn't he? And what was John going to do about this?" And then we go back in, and then there may be a wrap up of, "So that's how it ends." But otherwise we're not seeing her. We're seeing her talk to us, but not seeing her in the actual mystery, which annoys me. This is not the case for every episode, but it is the case for the majority of season 6, which is annoying to me. So anyway, looking forward to finishing that off for the sake of how I'm not enjoying the season 6 episodes that are done that way. In saying that, I've already started a new series. We will talk about that in a moment. Not a new series, sorry, that's not correct. I've started a series that I have actually watched many, 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 many times, but started again. So I've started another series, I should say, technically. But let's quickly close out a series that I was watching, which was RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. I watched the finale yesterday, and I was very surprised with the winner. Very surprised. I do not want to give away spoilers in case you haven't seen it, but going into the finale, this was the first time in my Drag Race viewing history ever that I went in thinking, honestly, I want this specific person to win. If anyone wins, I will be fine because I love them all. So either way, it was going to be a win for me. I won't say who, only one person wins, so again, it won't even be a spoiler, it'll just be one of the two who didn't, but the one I wanted to win did not win. But, as I said, I like the others anyway. I was very, very, very surprised with the winner and very, very, very happy for the winner, which is fantastic. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens. And obviously with the two that were the runners-up, there's obviously All-Stars coming up. And that was my first thought, thinking, I wonder if Rue didn't crown these two because Rue's going to bring them back in an All-Stars season very soon. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yeah, it was a great season. I loved season 16. Probably one of the best seasons I've seen in a very, very, very long time. There are some seasons that I just did not like, and that I feel didn't stack up to the OG seasons. I believe the golden era of RuPaul's Drag Race is season 5, 6, 7, or sorry, no, 4, 5, and 6 probably would be your golden era, despite the winner of season 4 and letting go of all of that drama. If we just take the season for what it was, season 4, 5, and 6 is the golden era. I like season 2 as well, but I feel like season 2 I'd probably rank below that. If you want to see me do a tier ranking of all the seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race, let me know and I'll do it. But season 16, stacked up to the golden age. It was a fantastic season. I absolutely loved it. So if you watched it, let me know what you thought. And if you agree with me, if you think this is like stacking up and compares to the classic seasons we used to have. It was so good, and it has me very excited to see what's going to happen coming up in season 17 and presumably the next season of All Stars. Alright, so now let's quickly talk about the series that I have started, because I've started a number of series that I haven't gone back to. Where did I start? Total Drama Porkatu Island. I have not gone back to it. I probably will at some point, but I'm just not in the mood to do so now. I'm not currently watching any Korean thrillers, but if you have any Korean thriller shows that you think I would love that feature a game in some way, shape, or form, please do let me know. I love Werewolf Game. I love Friendship Game. I love Liar Game. I love Kekeguri, or however you say it. So yeah, any basically Asian thriller shows that contain games in them, please let me know. Oh, big TV announcement. I found this out this morning. They have announced, finally, that, and this is, I'm filming this on the 21st of April, 2024. They have announced, finally, that Squid Game Season 2 is going to be coming out in the second half of 2024. Because the Hollywood writer strike ended and all that, there were delays, obviously, but they've not given a specific date, but they have said it will definitely be between July and December. This has me very excited, because what I was expecting to have by the end of the year was the next Saw film, Saw 11, and we're not getting that till 2025, and I wasn't expecting Squid Game Season 2 to 2025, but they're now moving it forward to 2024, so either way I'm happy, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Have you been as eagerly anticipating the second season of Squid Game as I have? It has been so long, we've been waiting such a long time. I hope that they get onto season 3 right away before they even start, showing the second season, so that we can get season 3 out a lot quicker. But very much looking forward to season 2 of Squid Game. Okay, now, the series that I have restarted, I'm just going to make a quick point here. I do not promise to get through the entirety of this series. I just said season. The series that I've started. I do not promise to get through the entirety of this series, because while I do love this series, what I predominantly love about this series lays within the first half of the series, and then something happens at some point. I don't want to see that something happen, and I don't want to see what's going to happen post that thing happening. So I'm probably going to watch the first quarter of this series, but anyway, let me tell you what it's called. It is called Seventh Heaven. So I love Seventh Heaven. I've seen every episode many times, and there are some episodes that really hurt me to watch, and so therefore I don't plan to watch them. But I wanted something cozy and happy with great lessons and things like that, and Seventh Heaven definitely covers that. I was debating between Seventh Heaven and Brothers and Sisters, and maybe when I finish Seventh Heaven I'll do a rewatch of Brothers and Sisters, because that's another great cozy show. Sally Field is amazing in that show, as is everyone that's in that show. But yeah, anyway, so with Seventh Heaven there is a controversy going around about the guy that plays the Reverend Camden. I'm not going to get into that. I am separating that from my viewing experience, obviously. And within the actual world itself, as far as the characters are concerned, one of the characters, it goes through a very tough episode. Actually, you know what? I'm happy to tell you because this has been out for a long time. Mary Camden, played by Jessica Biel, goes through an incredibly tough episode. If you've seen the show in its entirety, you know what I'm referring to. She goes through a very tough episode where every single character berates the heck out of her. And the reason for this is actually because of what went on behind the scenes. Jessica Biel wanted to leave Seventh Heaven to pursue other types of acting roles, not just cozy ones. So she wanted to do like horror, thriller, you know, action, whatever, other things in her career. And they said, fine, we'll let you out, but here's how we're doing it. And they were very rude with her character. And I just can't watch it. It's so mean what they do to her character. So I can't do that. I think that comes up in season 4, but any time prior to that, I would love to watch with Seventh Heaven. And then when we get to that moment, I'm just going to not watch that episode and stop watching Seventh Heaven, because I don't feel it's the same after that. Whilst I do love Lucy Camden's character arc all the way through, I think she is fantastic. Just love her as a child, as a young adult, as an adult, as a mother. I love her all the way through. Simon, I liked when he was younger. Matt, I love all the way through. Ruthie, I liked when she was younger. I didn't like her so much. Mackenzie, Rosalind Mackenzie or something is her name. Not the actor, but the character. I didn't like the character towards the end. I love Annie. I keep forgetting what her real name is, but she's also in Chucky, believe it or not. And yeah. But anyway, so I will watch up to that point, and I will definitely not be watching the episode where they're all going off at Jessica Biel for no real good reason. And yeah, then I'll probably move on to Brothers and Sisters, but I'll give you an official update on that next time. Let's quickly look forward to see what I'm going to be reading in this upcoming week before we close out this reading vlog. So, yeah, obviously my plan is to finish off Glass Sword. As I say, I highly doubt that I'm going to DNF it. I'll just get through it and then I'll probably start book 3, but know that I may DNF book 3 when I get to it. After Glass Sword, I'm going to pick up a book that I've been waiting for over 3 years to read, and I am very excited to pick it up, and that is this book, The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I know that the next book is already out. I know that. I've been wanting to read this book for so long, and for whatever reason, it just has not fit on my TBR. I am so happy that I'm finally going to read it, and if I love it, best believe I will find a way to read book number 2. Then, following that, I certainly will not be done with this book, but I will start my final book for the month of April, which is this book, Frozen Detective by Amanda Flower. This is book number 2 of 2 in the Piper and Porter Cozy Mystery Duology. So when I finish this book, I will close out one series in 1 month, because I read book 1 earlier this month. And yeah, so that's my plan for the rest of the week. All right, everyone. I'm going to end that there and let you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world, because if there's anything that anyone and everyone needs more of every single day, every single month, every single year, it is more positivity. If we can be the one to spread positivity to others, that positivity will affect them in such a positive way that they will spread their positivity to the next person, and so on and so on and so on. And in time, we will see a radical difference, not only coming over each country, but the entire world. So do what you can to spread your sparkling positive energy today and for the rest of this week till next time. All right, everyone, that is where I'm going to leave it. Thank you again for listening. Like and subscribe. Click on the link for the Discord if you'd like to join us over there. And of course, happy reading. Bye, everyone.